because of my dad and Marcus Allen.
I'm a Raiders fan. Born in Oakland, I will always be loyal to the Silver and Black.
I'm a Raider because I came back to the Bay from LA with my team.
I'm an Oakland Raider fan because of my grandmother. Town business.
I'm a Raider fan. My grandmother raised me as a Raider fan. Tailgate, and people give you a beer. I mean, for real, like, because you're a Raider, and we got you. So, it's just
that's how this is going.
Everything. I mean, I just remember, to me, what hooked me more than anything in the world was walking in and everyone just Raiders! Raiders! And that was it. Oh my God! What went through my body there?
Yep. Yo! What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome to the Tailgate of Raider YouTube. We are still celebrating that victory because we're playoff bound, and you know that's going to be the drinking game still because we don't get to be playoff bound very often, so we're going to ride that one. Facebook viewers, if you're watching on Facebook, come over to YouTube because if you are commenting, we cannot see you. It doesn't mean we don't like you. It means we don't see you. Light that torch, hit that like button, you know the drill, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends and your family and the rest of Raider Nation. We're gonna bring in Omar and Thor. What's good, guys?
What's up? Man, just looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, ready to go, man. Ready to go. Ready for this shock the world on Saturday.
All right, it's Christmas. It's Christmas in January.
Right.
All right. Welcome everybody who's watching. What's up, Ant Dog? What's up, Sing? What's up, Juan Hernandez? And everybody else up in there. Like I said, like that torch, hit that like button. What's up, Raiderette Vanessa and Paul Brown? Playoffs, baby. It's playoffs bound. If you don't know, get your drinking game out. Come on. You better start drinking, y'all. Playoff bound's a drinking word. Woo.
Let's go. Let's go,
I
man.
I really take more sips than I say that. So, you know, drink at your own pace.
Definitely.
What's up? Yeah, Mother Moon. She's not behind the scenes tonight. She's still hurting from Vegas, I guess. It's Thursday. Shoot, it's Thursday, right? I don't even know. You better recover already.
I'm pretty sure it's Thursday.
Yeah, you gotta do playoff drinking Saturday. It's a special cocktail.
Yeah. It's right. It's going to be interesting. This is interesting. There's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night football this playoff weekend. Crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And they somehow want to give us the first one after we got to play the late game on Sunday night. After they done moved two of our games last week. Hey, but you know what? We keep getting a little rough end of the stick, and we keep coming back fighting. So here we keep fighting. Let's go. Right. I'm fired up for the Raider Nation that's out there. It's a lot of them out there right now. So let's go.
Good. Gotta represent. So that's great.
Oh yeah, let's go.
We are going to bring in our friend Nevada Nick. He's going to give us his playoff insight and his Nevada Nick picks. So without further ado. Yo, what's good, Nevada Nick? How are you?
What's going on? How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing
Celebrating
good,
that Raider victory to our Raider fan, our newest Raider fan here, Nevada Nick. Did you make any money on that game?
Yeah, I did.
Hey.
Yes, I did. I love the Raiders in that game. got a little nervous at the end, but yeah, they came through. They played well. Looked good.
Ran the ball nervous at the end. Good Lord. I was okay. With 4 minutes left and the Raiders were up by 15. I was talking so much shit to the Chargers fans. I was telling them they better leave the stadium. It's a wrap. This is over. And then I'm like slowly sinking.
Yeah, never do that. Cardinal rule. I'll tell you, it's the cardinal rule. Never do it. Not until you have all zeros, unless it's like you like 4 touchdowns or something, like where it's just completely they got no shot. Yeah, 2 touchdowns in 4 minutes. There's still a chance.
I know. Well, they shouldn't have been, in my opinion. The game should not have ended the way it did. But hey, we take the W. We playoff bound.
You know how it is, Angela. Like the Raiders never make it easy. You know they got to make it.
Oh no, never.
They got to make it.
I'm legit convinced they were trying to lose that one. No, I'm kidding. Kind of. Somebody had money on something or other. I don't know. No, I'm totally just talking trash.
Well, you know what's weird? So if that game ended in a tie, there was like millions of dollars of bets in parlays that the game would end in a tie because of the whole. People knew if it went to overtime and it got late in overtime that things might get conservative. So that field goal was good for Vegas too because they had tons of people who bet the game would end in a tie, which is a huge payout. It's like it pays out like 20 to 1 or 25 to 1, something like that.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Well, I wish it wouldn't have went to that personally, But hey, a W is a W. We take it.
Yeah, right. And look, the one thing I give Bisaccia credit for is he sticks with the running game. I mean, it wasn't pretty early. They weren't getting a ton of yards, but you're getting positive yards. And then Jacobs goes off 10 carries, 92 yards in the fourth quarter and overtime. And to me, probably the best. I mean, Carr made some plays too, but obviously probably the biggest reason you won. I mean, Jacobs was huge in overtime. And that, last play too, which gets you an extra 10 yards and, DC hits the kick. And look, I'd rather play the Bengals than the Chiefs if I was a Raiders fan.
Did you say DC hits the kick?
Yeah. Well, DC is that. It's Daniel Carlson, DC.
I know. I was just wondering if that was a little shade there. That's all. or you just like fully took over the nickname, if you will, and that's just how it goes now.
DC too.
I think it's time. It might be time to turn that Jamarcus Russell jersey into a DC jersey. If anyone still has one lingering, new nameplate coming.
I thought they all got thrown into the fire pits, man.
They might have. That's why the extra, all those bumps at the Coliseum, those extra bumps on the concrete. That's the melted jersey.
I don't think anyone held on to a Jamarcus.
Well, between that one and what's his face, that other crazy guy, the crazy guy who just went storming off the field a couple weeks ago. I think there's a couple burnt jerseys in the parking lot there from him as well.
Yeah. Definitely.
What's up, Silver and Black, Kelly, Raider Speedy? What's good? Thanks for watching, yo. Make sure to hit that like button. So we had talked about this a little bit, Nevada Nick, but we want to get your insight. What do you think? Does Bisaccia stay as head coach?
I mean, look, obviously you got to consider it now. You do. I mean, with everything they've been through to keep the team playing, to keep the team together, I mean, you got to consider them, but I would bring in other people too. I really would. If there's a better candidate out there, look, you guys can look at bigger things now too. Like, it's great you made the playoffs, but let's go for a Super Bowl. Let's try to make the playoffs every year. And there might be better coaches out there. And look, Vegas is the number one destination for coaches. That's where they want to go because you have a quarterback, you got a really good defense, and look at the defense last year. Basically you brought in a new coordinator, you got Ndakwe, you did draft a few people, but it's not like it's just a complete overhaul. They did a couple of tweaks. So you obviously interview Bisaccia, but I don't know. I still would possibly look at going. If you can get somebody better, if Harbaugh's out there, I don't know, Doug Peterson, Brian Flores, whomever, I would consider other people too.
Wow. Okay, so what do you do with Bisaccia then? Do you give him back his old job, or do you just kind of slap the man in the face and said, "Thanks for holding this together. Thanks for taking us to a playoffs, but you fired"? That's kind of messed up.
No, it is. But I would want to, I would try to tell the new coach to bring him in as special teams coach and keep him around. Because look, too, I think with Gus Bradley, he's earned his job too. That defense is balling out from what it was last year. It's just if there's a better coach that interviews better, that you think's better for your team long term and for the organization, I think you got to consider it.
All right, fair enough. Omar, do you have any reaction to those comments?
No, that's kind of how I felt. I was saying, I think, but I'm just like, Bisaccia's definitely done an amazing job. I mean, I can't measure him as a coach yet, but I can definitely say he's a good leader to pull off what he's done.
Right.
And I think, because I think for someone to be a good head coach, it takes several seasons. It takes a little body of work to be stamped a good NFL pro coach. I think he's done a great job. He has to be in the conversation. If it isn't someone that, like I was saying, that is overwhelming your guy, Bisaccia should get that job.
Yeah.
If it isn't, like I say, if that's the case.
Yeah, I give you an example too, Freddie Kitchens. He had some success with the Browns down the stretch. They bring him in for the next year. It's a disaster, and they fire him. Bisaccia, you're really going off 2 games. Because let's not forget, the Browns game and the Broncos game, everybody wasn't saying, the Raiders look great. They were kind of complaining. They don't look good. They're not playing great. Now, look, the Colts game and, the Chargers game obviously were great. And he definitely, to me, is the number 1 candidate. But I think you do your due diligence and look at other people.
This is an interesting point, and I'm not advocating for one or the other. But are we having the same conversation if the NFL doesn't extend the games from 16 to 17? Because, if it's at 16 games, there's no playoffs, right?
Great point.
So then are we sitting here saying for sure he didn't make the playoffs, so we have to look elsewhere? They say NFL is a game of inches, but this is a different kind of inches, if you will.
Right.
So that's kind of a different discussion,
right.
Just something to think about.
Point. No, that's a great point. And, I do definitely think they need to go in a different direction offensively. I think you want to get somebody younger, more, I think they need a newer style offense.
I don't think we would be having this conversation if the Raiders wouldn't have went through this turmoil. Let's just say for whatever reason, Gruden got fired and that was the only thing that happened and we came here. I don't know if we would be giving him as much love because we would be saying, he's just finishing what Gruden started. This is Gruden's offense. This is Gruden's DC pick. This is Gruden's team. It's almost like what we did with Gruden when he went to Tampa Bay. We were like, hey, that's Tony Dungy's team. All he did was tweak the offense, kept everything the same, and won a Super Bowl. And then look what happened a few seasons later when it was under his total control. Went downhill. So that, like I say, that's why I say he's a great leader right now because under very, bad circumstances, he's pulled off something. Now, whether he keeps it going, I would say that's why I would think he deserves a shot at being a coach because I think he can keep this going. But if Harbaugh's there, excuse me, guys, or someone else that you love, hey.
Yeah. Let's get a reaction here from some of the commenters. Some good comments here. Raider Casper, what's up? What's up, Oso? DB Cooper, what's good? Hassan. Here we go. Rich for special teams and assistant head coach again, but with a fat raise. Okay. I like Harbaugh mainly because he comes from
Fangio. He comes with Fangio.
Comes with Fangio. So
okay. He's looking for Harbaugh to come and have a even better defense. Better defense. Well, Fangio was over there at Denver. Right. Could you imagine if Fangio came back as our defensive coordinator with a little, you know what I mean? After being the head coach for Denver, yeah, that would be a little.
Yeah, I would even argue.
He says, I like Gus Bradley. He changed their team around, our defense for the better. Yeah, I would definitely keep Bradley. I think.
Yeah, I would say Bradley was
on the block.
I would say Bradley's been the most important coach on the team. No doubt. Yeah. But you look at that defense last year to what it is this year. They're balling out.
Yeah, and then Hassan says Bisaccia would still need to bring in a new OC, and he really do that if he stays. And would he really do that? I agree. He would have to bring one in. Would he do it? I
think he would for a head coaching job for the first time in his career. Yeah, I think he
said, hey, my job's on the line. You got to go, buddy.
Yeah, Olsen has been around longer than he should have.
How long has he been around? I feel like we've been talking about him too long.
Number one, this is his second stint, and he's been there as long as Gruden was there. Was it 4 seasons? He came with Gruden. Only coordinator that got switched out was the defensive coordinator. So,
yeah, this was Gruden's 4th season, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it is tough to evaluate because Waller gets hurt and the whole Ruggs situation too. But I mean, it is what it is. The offense struggled, and I'm all about getting a good young offensive mind in and getting that offense going because you got a Super Bowl caliber defense. If you had the offense you had last year with the defense you have this year,
right.
I mean, honestly, you guys would be a contender for the Super Bowl in the AFC, in my opinion.
Oh, what do you mean would be?
You would be. Yeah, you would be. I'm serious.
Technically, we are a contender for the Super Bowl, Nevada Nick. Okay.
Yeah, you are. Okay. Yeah, you are. Sorry. Yeah. I just don't think this year. But no. Yeah,
all our teams have won the Super Bowl, so we got a chance.
Yeah, you got a chance. You're in a tournament. That's what matters. And look, yeah.
I think we got a good chance. I really hope that. I mean, I'm just thinking from this crazy season, it is not far-fetched to even consider the Raiders going far in the playoffs. I don't think it's a far-fetched idea. I mean,
at this point.
Yeah, but look, the AFC's wide open too. And, all teams have holes. They all do. Just like the Bengals this week. You win this week, is them beating the Titans out of the question? No. I mean, do you know how healthy Derrick Henry is? I mean, with that defensive line, I think the Raiders would have a shot against the Titans. I mean, so, and then if you do that, you're in the AFC Championship game, so you're one game away. So, I mean, yeah, everybody's got a chance.
And we're playing much better now than we did when we played against the Bengals. I mean, Jacobs only ran for 37 yards. I mean, our pass defense was pretty damn good. Burrow's only threw for 150 yards. You know what I mean?
148.
And it was a close game all the way pretty much till the end. I mean, if Jacobs ran 100 yards, 110 yards in that game, and we score, I mean, that game goes, a lot differently. And I think these guys are playing a lot differently. And I think, I think they're running into the playoffs, not limping in there from the last two performances. So I'm pretty confident that these guys definitely have a chance to win Saturday. Well, it wouldn't be luck. It wouldn't even shock me at all.
The big thing, too, is they've basically had the playoffs now for 4 weeks.
Right?
Like, this isn't a playoff game. They've had it for 4 weeks now.
Right.
And, two, there was something I've always heard. The most dangerous man is the one with nothing to lose. Raiders have nothing to lose. Like, nobody expected them to be at this point. Nobody thought 4 weeks ago they would be in the playoffs. Here they are. And, there's no pressure on them. The Bengals won the division. There's some Burrow MVP talk. And the Bengals have also had 8 consecutive losses in the playoffs. So you have that hanging over your head a little bit. So
you don't think there was any pressure, especially on also, Derek Carr last game as a veteran quarterback going against essentially a rookie quarterback, with the season on the line and to make his first playoff appearance, and then it's a home game. You don't think there was no pressure?
There was on Derek Carr. You're spot on about that. Yeah, Derek Carr definitely, and his legacy and everything with his Raiders career, definitely 100%. But now they're kind of past that. And, yeah, I mean.
This is Carr's first playoff game. Carr missed his first actual playoff appearance. This is going to be his first one.
Yeah, and
if there's any time to shut people like me up, I don't want to see one ball thrown at a player's fucking foot. That deep-ass ball that keeps getting missed, it better hit in the breadbasket, Carr. Shut me up, please. I'm not a Carr hater, but I'm definitely scrutinize his play a lot of times because he frustrates the fuck out of me. And I'm hoping that I'm just sitting there with smoke out of my eyes like, oh, my God, Carr lit this shit up. I want this to happen. Scotty Waddy, I want it to happen, bro. I want it to happen. Other than that, next Tuesday, I'm going to be in here talking hella shit.
Well, the one thing Carr has done consistently, especially the last 4 games, when you needed him to make a throw late in the game, he's done it. And he's made, once again, overtime, 3rd and 8 or 10, whatever it was. He makes that pass, and he put it, I think it was to Zay Jones. But, I mean, there was one spot it could only be, and that was it. And he makes that pass. And who doesn't know? Who knows if they don't get that 3rd down, Chargers don't get that ball and go, possibly get a field goal. Because, I mean, both defenses were gassed.
Yes,
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think the momentum of this win will go into the next momentum for the Raiders. Obviously, you got this win streak going on, playoff appearance, the whole thing. You think that will show on the field, or do you think it will hurt the Raiders that it's a short week, it's a travel to the East Coast, it's cold weather? Like which way you kind of leaning with the day and the location of this game? Momentum or all the hurdles that go along with it?
Defensively, I think they'll be fine. I worry about the offense. I think that defense, like I said, they'll come out. And as long as it's close, I mean, the offense has struggled, and it's going to be loud, I'm sure, in Cincinnati. That's a great question. I mean, like I said, I think the defense will show up. The question is going to be, can the offense bring it?
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
fair enough.
If that running game is done, if we can be consistent with what we've done the last 2 weeks running the ball, I'm going to say our defense is going to be consistent. And I'm going to say short of, a few extra runs that Mixon had, they did okay. They definitely laid hands on Burrow all day long and kept the pressure on him. And we know they're going to do that, play in and play out. Like I say, their offense in the air didn't do a lot, 150 yards. So, like I say, I think our defense is going to walk in there, be very consistent with the running game, especially in cold weather. That is what's really, that's going to win it for us.
Yeah.
That running game can definitely win that game for us.
Yeah, the Bengals' offensive line isn't that good. It really isn't. So I think they're going to be able to put pressure on Burrow. I really do. It's just Burrow's tough, man. He'll stick in their weight and take a shot to get that throw out. So we'll see. I mean, last game was close. It was 16-13 with 11:42 to go in the fourth. Everybody looks at the final score. That was a close game last time. So, but I think you're right, Omar. They got to run the football and have success, run the ball. And they obviously, you got to put pressure on Burrows and get to him, which they haven't had any problems doing. And they don't really have to blitz either. They get pressure with their front four with the Raiders. And that's very important when you don't have to send extra players.
And a few key blitzes wouldn't hurt. And what, among all things, when Carr gets that big shot, man, he's got to land it. I saw that, and I think you mentioned it too. That one shot to Zay Jones that was a touchdown, but Zay was overthrown. You know what I mean? And I hope them two kind of get their timings. I hope him and Deshaun get their timings, because you're going to get some of those, and those balls got to be caught. Yeah. And whether between Carr and the receivers, they all need to be on the same page, either slow down or something. I don't care what you got to do. But there's going to be a few of those Saturday that needs to be caught.
Yeah.
So,
I want to say what's up to some new viewers here. What's up, Mr. Raider Nation? What's good, yo? Make sure to light that torch, hit that like button. You know what to do. Subscribe if you haven't already. Mr. and Mrs. Pyro, hey, what's good with you? Thanks for joining us. Robert Hansen says, run the ball. All right, do that all day. BF Boyd.
Yeah, put up what he said. I agree with what he said. I agree with him. I don't like it either. The line opened to 6.5 and it's down to 5. So that means there's a lot of people betting the Raiders. And that makes me nervous too.
All right, so tell me, what's the pick since we went there?
I would bet the Raiders with the 5. I would take the 5 points. I see a close game, but ultimately I think the Bengals are just going to score too many points late. I think the Raiders. I think it's tough. Yeah, I know. Look, I'm going back and forth. I really am. It's not because I'm a Raiders fan. I'm really looking at it how I think it's going to play out. I am a Raiders fan.
Use your heart.
But it's too soon to place a bet, right? It's too soon to place a bet.
Yeah, I would wait. I would wait to see what the line is, and plus 2 with the whole COVID thing. You never know. You hear this guy's out or that guy's out. I would. But I kind of think that I see the Bengals winning a close game. Unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong too. I hope we win. Definitely. Close game or by blowout, I don't care. Just
to your point, Nevada Nick, this is their 5th playoff game. There's no letdown. Seriously, every single game has been. Yeah. Hey, and they've come through, so that's good. It said, Mr. and Mrs. Pyro, I was there week 10 and we had the game close and blew it in the 4th. I truly believe we can stop these kittens. All right, let's do it. Mm-hmm. You're going to be out there? Drop a comment if you're going to be out at the game. Nevada Nick, you gonna make it out there? You're close enough as a Raiders fan.
No, I'm not. No. I'm getting ready for my the Eagles game Sunday too. So I got 2 big playoff games this weekend.
Raiders and Eagles.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Do you want to give us some of your picks on the other games? Let's talk about first. Let's
Okay.
talk about the Bills Patriots.
Okay. Phew. I just think that one I like the Bills. I like Bills -4. You kind of saw it last game. The first game with the wind situation, the weather in Buffalo. I mean, you couldn't throw the ball, and that's what the Bills do. They've gotten better actually at running the ball, but yeah, I mean, basically you took Josh Allen out of the game, and Patriots won last game in New England. Bills win handily. I just think Mac Jones, you got a young quarterback, and it's going to be like 3 degrees, I think they said in Buffalo.
Yeah, I heard that
He's
too.
admitted he doesn't like playing in the cold, and has some kind of ish thing where his feet get numb in like colder weather, Mac Jones, and has admitted that. So yeah, I think Buffalo is just the better team, the more balanced team on both sides of the ball. I don't think, and Mac Jones really has kind of struggled lately. I like the Bills in that game.
All right. Go ahead. You can go in order from there, whichever games you want to touch on.
Okay.
Although, since it's kind of a local, even though I can't freaking stand them, let's just hop over for fun for the Niners.
The Niners. I'll be honest with you, Angela. When the lines came out, I love the Niners. I really think they're playing well. Everybody seems to like the Niners, though, which scares me. I hate, being with the public because usually it goes the other way. I like the Niners. I think they're playing really well. I don't think Dak's playing well. I don't think the Cowboys are really playing well. But I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm worried now because everybody seems to like the Niners, so that makes me nervous. But yeah, I would take the Niners +3.
All right, really quickly,
Niners,
I want to
Raiders,
shout
Super
out
Bowl.
cheers to BF Boyd. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
Boyd,
Y'all have a
thank
blessed
you.
day. Likewise. Thank you. Salute.
Come on, Niners, Raiders, Super Bowl. You heard it here first. Let's do this.
That would be
Okay,
great.
I can get down with that, but if the 49ers go further in the playoffs than the Raiders, I'm going to be mad as hell because I cannot be in the Bay Area with those fake ass fair-weathered fans
They are.
that all of a sudden put their jerseys on we haven't seen all year. That I can't deal with.
Yeah,
No, it's the flags too. I'm serious. All season I don't see a flag, and then all of a sudden the playoffs come. There's Niner flags hanging off of all these cars. I'm like, wait a minute.
They
Omar, I forgot what the color red looks like. I can't even recognize it.
They showed the state pictures of the stadium and fans in there during down years and how bad the attendance is. And yeah, no, you guys are right about that. It's the truth.
Right.
They come out of nowhere and they got mouthpieces on them. They are they're more annoying than Eagles fans during the regular season.
Yeah, Eagles fans are loud. We are. I ain't gonna deny it. We that one Super Bowl win, we're still talking about that 4 years later.
I think the rowdiest Super Bowl would be like Raiders Cowboys. I think LA wouldn't know what to do with itself. It would be crazy. So.
Yeah, so now other games, you got Chiefs and Steelers. Everybody thinks that, and the Chiefs smoked them a couple weeks ago, but I think that game, I think the Chiefs are going to win, but 12.5 is a lot of points.
Ooh.
I'm going to take the Steelers with the points in that game because everybody just thinks they're going to get smoked. Hill's hurt, Kelsey's hurt. They both got nicked up. The defense hasn't played as good lately. I see that game. I could see a backdoor cover, which means the Chiefs are up 17 points late, and the Steelers get a BS touchdown to make it 10 and you cover. But yeah, I like the Steelers with the points in that game, but I do think the Chiefs win.
Did you see the video clip with Big Ben with the Raiders helmet on his head? By the way, is that a normal size? I know he's got a big head, but good Lord, was that a normal size helmet or a mini helmet? The way that thing was stuck up there.
He does have a big head. And then
yes, I saw me. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah,
and Mrs. Pyro.
Yeah,
You saw Spicy. Nevada Nick, did you see me?
Yeah, you were in pregame. I saw you.
I was pregame. I didn't actually see me, but others saw me and then relayed the message. So,
No, you get on all the time. I don't know how you do it. Must be, is it a skill? Do you try to do it or you just get on TV?
the camera loves me.
Yeah. I figured by just my sheer size I could get on, but I seem to never get on. Now,
all right, who we got next?
Okay, other games. I'll go with my Eagles game. I love the Eagles with the points. I really do. I mean, Tampa's really injured. Got a ton of injuries all over the place. I think the Eagles actually have a shot to win. I don't think they will, though. I just think Brady, it's Brady. I think Tampa Bay wins, but I love the Eagles with the points. It's too many points, 8.5. And usually on the first weekend, underdogs are big. Dogs bark. And then the second weekend, usually the favorites are really are what covers in the second weekend of the playoffs.
All right.
And then what's the one game I'm missing? Is there a game left?
Let's see.
The Monday night game.
Oh, Rams and Cardinals?
Yeah, that one is tough. The Rams coming off a tough loss to the Niners. I don't like how the Cardinals play down the stretch, but I don't like laying 4 points either. I could see that being like a field goal game, Rams win. I would say if I did anything, I would bet Rams money line. I wouldn't lay 4 points. I could see that game being real close, but I think the Rams win.
All right, fair enough. I will say this every time the Cardinals come up, I'm always going to root against them since Kyler Murray F the A's over. Yep. always going to be a Kyler Murray hater. So I want him to go down always.
I haven't kept up with the Cardinals. Is Watt playing or is he hurt and done for the season?
You know what? They were talking about it. They did just come out. He's out. Hopkins is out. They were hoping he might play. I haven't heard anything on Watt. I think he's questionable. But I don't love how they've been playing down the stretch.
Yeah.
All right. If you've just joined us, first of all, if you're watching on Facebook, make sure to come over, watch us on YouTube. If you've just joined us, make sure to light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. We are actually coming up on some milestones here. So, make sure you keep hitting that like button, sharing. We appreciate your support. It definitely does not go unnoticed, and we appreciate all the comments and everything like that. So thank you so much. If you want to support the channel in more ways, you can hit that super chat button as well. And don't forget the drinking game is playoff bound. We're going to be celebrating that until this is probably our last show until then. So, playoff bound drink. I see Thor behind the scenes. You trying to come in? I think you can let yourself in, but maybe you just chilling.
Hey.
I wasn't sure if you were ready or not, so I didn't want to just blast you on screen.
Sure. I wasn't sure if you guys were ready. Plus, I was listening to the Knicks picks. So
there you go.
Yeah, definitely, underdogs cover a lot in the first week, and then chalk usually covers second week.
Who do you like in that Niners game, Thor?
Probably, honestly, I left that game alone because I hate both teams. I probably would have took the points, though. I probably would have took the Niners with the points. And either way, I'm talking hella shit to whoever loses.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the hardest game out there this week. I'm taking us money line. I got us at plus 210, which I thought was a good number. I thought we'd be more like plus $1.65, so I jumped on the 210. I definitely like the Steelers with the points, just because there's a big chink in the armor of Kansas City as far as I see so far this year.
I agree.
Pittsburgh is smash mouth. They're solid. They're going to hit. I mean, I kind of like that Big Ben came out downplaying that they had any shot at all. That's almost a backdoor way of talking shit to me. So, I don't know what other games are out there this weekend that you went over.
Patriots, Bills.
Oh yeah, Patriots, Bills. I would probably go under there because I think it's going to be 1 degree.
It's gonna be cold.
I definitely taking the Patriots with the points. They beat the Bills in Buffalo this year. I'm definitely taking the Patriots with the points. I don't know. Like you said, a lot of dogs cover week 1. I know that too. So that's why I'd probably take the Niners with the points. Man, Malik, my brother, I've been beat up. I've been beat up since Sunday. So but everything's still kind of gone, man. I'm I'm trying to be ready for Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been rough since that great game, great victory.
This is a funny comment to me. We have to win the Super Bowl for 2 reasons. First and foremost, for the reason. Second, because
that's great.
I think is this supposed to be Docs or the Doc said he will grow his hair out like Carr. But the first reason is the best, for the reason.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, man. Do it. We gotta beat Cincinnati for Bo.
Yeah.
Me and Omar were talking right before. I honestly believe that we shocked the world. Like I said, we're plus 210, which is pretty big in a playoff game with 2 teams with the same record. I think people look at the first game that was definitely not indicative of the final score. It was 16-13 in the fourth quarter. Our offense was playing terrible. Darren Waller had his best game that game. So I think
like 115 yards or something receiving.
116 or 126 or something like that. But regardless, he just came back last week, so I didn't expect too much from him last week. So hopefully this week he'll be ready to go. The confidence level is up there. We were in the middle of a slump right then, so you could see it in the team. The offense just was not clicking. The offensive line has gotten way better. And in cold weather, that running the ball, playing defense.
The curse of Bo continues.
Smacking people. We finna be out there. Let's go. And again,
what's up, says Walter Creek in the house, San Jose in the house. What's up? Thanks for watching. We always gonna shout out the Bay Area. You know that's right.
Mm-hmm. And again, they ain't won a playoff game. You're talking about us. They ain't won a playoff game since 1990. Someone said no one's ever texted the word or the phrase Cincinnati Bengals have won a playoff because it wasn't even around that long ago.
Yeah, they
got
longest streak in the NFL.
Yeah,
and the first loss was started with the Raiders. The 8 games they've lost in a row, it was the Raiders in '91. The Raiders beat them 20-10.
Yep,
that streak needs to continue for sure.
Let's go, man. I mean,
I'm gonna have Mini Spicy put the voodoo curse.
Let's go. Yes, curse them, please.
I think
the voodoo curse is coming for you.
I think starting quick is very important too. I think it helped, against the Chargers, just because of their style of play, how they play with defense, and it just because you can stick with the run too. And that's the one thing I give Bisaccia the biggest credit for is that he sticks with the run. I think Jacobs was 15 carries for like 40 yards, and then all of a sudden you get 10 for 92 in the fourth quarter and overtime. So that's so important to stick with the run and try to run on that Bengals defense.
Yep,
and he seems to be pretty aggressive when it comes down to, hey, that 4th and 2 where we threw the touchdown. I was loving it. I was like, and then you hear what's his name? Well, I would have went for, I think they should go for the field goal here. Just go for the 6 points on the touchdown. I'm like, yeah.
Jacobs looks healthy too. I know he's got the rib issue, but Jacobs is balling, and he looks like he's just got a little extra in him. I loved how he's played because the line hasn't exactly blocked great. Jacobs is balling. I loved how he's played the last few weeks.
He is using a lot more vision when he runs and finding the openings instead of just running behind someone. You see him cutting, and I'm like, yeah, he's looking like Jacobs.
Yeah.
What's up, Sonny? What's good? I haven't seen you in here in a while. Welcome back to the show. We appreciate it. We got some trolls up in here too. It's all good. We're not mad. Like that torch, hit that like button. Raiders gear and threads. What's up?
What Hassan just said, I hated that play call. The handoff to Renfro, because you're 3rd and 1. Stay north to south. Don't go east to west. I hate it. And it was the same play call, too, because Mariota had to play, and then they handed it off to Renfro. I hated that call.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell him, Mr. and Mrs. Pyro. No, actually, I don't mind. He can stay here. It counts for us.
How about that one where they have Carr in a receiver spot?
Yeah, I mean,
we all know he's not about to run a route and catch a ball and go out. Like, all you're doing is freeing up a DB.
You know, Mariota's had some big runs in the last 2 games, though. I mean, and they were all in the red zone, getting down to the goal line. So it's something I think I would definitely use. And you know what? Look, it's the playoffs. Throw the whole damn kitchen at them. Let them throw the damn ball. Like, why not? What's going to hurt? Give it a whirl.
Cheers to you. Thank you, Kevin. Show is dope. Finally get to catch y'all live. Raiders, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you.
All right. I think if they want to catch a defense slipping, bring Mariota out there and let him throw it because everybody's expecting a run. Go ahead, let him just, throw a nice little short pass to somebody, to Waller or something. I mean, they got to do it.
Leave it all on the table. Leave it all out. Leave it all out.
Exactly.
We got 4 games left. Like I said, we've been in playoff mode for 4 weeks. We got to keep winning. Let's go. We still there. Everyone's in the same boat now. You lose, you're gone. You win, you move on. Let's go. We've been doing that.
And I know Waller didn't have the stats everyone might have wanted last week, but his presence was felt. You could see they were worried about Waller. They were putting 2 people near him. And obviously it would be good because when you get him going a little bit, they get really worried about him. And, I mean, he's such a presence on the field. So I would try to get him involved early with a play just to kind of scare the defense a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely.
Speaking of early, it's really going to depend. I mean, I'm always eager to see how the Raiders start. That first drive, I feel like really sets the tone for the entire game, and they need to come out solid for sure. No 3 and outs, nothing like that. Like you're saying, the tone needs to be set. The presence need to be set. The fear needs to be there. We'll see what happens.
And I think, too, everything feeds off it. I think the defense feeds off it. When you give that defense points, I mean, they just start getting more confident, and that's, I think, partially happened in the last Bengals game. The defense bowled out. Burrow threw for 148 yards. And when you keep on, stopping them, you get frustrated as a defense. And I think I'm not saying they quit. I just think you got down 16-13, and then when they finally scored another touchdown and made it double digits, I just think they knew, it wasn't going to be their day, and the Bengals kind of opened it up at the end. But like Flora said, that game was a lot closer. That wasn't a 19-point game. That was a 3-point game with 11 and a half minutes to go.
Yeah. What's up, Captain Ziggy? Curtis? We got 707 in the house. We got Tempe in the house. What's up, everybody? 626 SoCal. Thanks for shouting out all y'all. We got people all up and down, mostly California here, but Arizona as well. Thank you for joining from all over.
Hey, Arizona. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go, man. I'm just excited, man. I'm excited. It's been a while, it's 2016, but that don't count as much because we had to go in with a rookie quarterback, and we all kind of knew we were like heartbroken. We got our way in the playoffs and just broke our heart. So before that is 2002. You know what I'm saying? So it's been so long.
20 years. That's crazy.
That's why I think we just really partied out there. We partied so hard. We partied in the day before. We partied after. We just let it all loose. We let it loose all week. And now I'm just really, I know I don't seem as wild and fired up as I normally am, but I'm just trying to stay cool because I'm ready for Saturday, man. I'm ready. I really believe we can win this game. Honestly, I really think that we're matched up really well with them. We, like you said, we shut what's the name, the 150. Obviously they ran. We just got to stop the run a little better. Our front four was getting pressure. Yannick had a strip sack, him and Max on their first drive. We returned the ball to the 9-yard line. We have to be better on third down. We have to be better in the red zone. on third down against them because that game was 16-13 with 5.5 to go. And we had them like third and goal at the 7 or 8. If you stop there, you get the ball back down 6. Instead, you're down 10 and you try like some crazy passes that get off. And then now your defense just was out there. They're exhausted. Yeah. They give up a 30-yard run to Joe Mixon. And now you're down 17, and you just try to go for it on fourth down at your own 20, and the score just looks way worse than it was. So like Q just said, the run game will allow our defense to rest. Another reason we got to keep running the ball, not let them get exhausted. It's going to be cold out there, but you know what? It's going to be cold for Burrow. Yeah. It's going to be for all of them too. It's not like we're the only ones facing the cold. I mean, Jamar Chase, this is his first time. He's dropped a few balls this year too. So
he's from LSU too, so he's down south. So he's a Southern boy playing in the cold.
So we'll see how it affects him too. Like we've been saying, no excuse. We always say no excuses. So I'm definitely not going with the cold as an excuse. I'm ready, and I'm hoping Pittsburgh wins too, and I'm hoping New England wins too. So next week the game will be in Vegas. Let's go.
Well, and time of possession is huge. They had the ball 8 more minutes than the Chargers last week. I mean, that's so important. I mean, you know, that's why, like I said, I'm a big proponent of run the football.
Yeah, definitely. Time of possession, because in that Bengal game, the Bengals had a huge time of possession advantage over us. So run the ball, get first downs, eat clock, let your defense sit down, relax, have some water.
Yeah, and I think the biggest advantage the Raiders have is the Raiders' defensive line, which might be I mean, it's one of the best in football, top 3. Against the Bengals don't really have a good offensive line. So they got to get to Burrow, and you need to hit him, and you need to let him know. You don't want to get, any penalties, but still, you need to hit him, let him know you're there, start affecting his feet. That's really important. You want to
I want to see Mad Max ball the F out.
Mad Max was unbelievable last Sunday.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it was just, it was great. It was fun to watch. I mean, because every quarterback kryptonite is pressure. Every quarterback, including Tom Brady, every quarterback kryptonite's pressure.
Yeah, he was fun to watch. The spirit he comes with, I hope that oozes off to the rest of the team. Yeah. The spirit and the fire, the mentality he plays with is next level.
Yeah.
Right.
And I hope he brings that. I hope it's contagious. I hope the rest of the team feels that. I mean that is a form of leadership, the way he plays.
When anyone plays,
that's leading by example. The best way to lead.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It definitely energizes the whole team. It energizes the whole crowd. It energizes everything. So yes, he just has a motor that just doesn't stop.
That's why I was going to use his motor.
That definitely will filter into others.
Didn't he have some quote like that? We're gonna keep going till our last breath, and we're gonna play another down, or we're gonna keep going till our heart stops, and then we'll play another down, or something like that.
Something like that for sure.
The impact he had on the game last week, I mean, it was just unbelievable. I mean, he hit, it just seemed like every play he was showing up, and then he hit, the one throw, he hit his arm. He was just constantly, causing chaos. I mean, he was unbelievable.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing his numbers this week.
Yeah, this is going to be his first playoff game, so I'm hoping he is just, him and Yannick, man. I'm just hoping our whole defense just eats all 4 quarters.
Yeah. The other guy who was great, who unfortunately got hurt, Phylon was really good last week too. He was and he was huge on that 3rd and 4th and 1 too.
Yeah, we're gonna need Hankins to definitely step up. He's back. I think was this his 3rd game back, 2nd game back? I can't remember, but Hankins is definitely gonna have to step up in that run game because we can't let Mixon. We can't just let Burrow I'm just going to hand it off because pressure, but we can run it on you because that's not gonna help us. So definitely.
For sure. Hey, Oyster, I'm good, brother. I'm good. Thank you though for caring. I'm still literally recovering from Sunday. Like I left everything out there. Everything out there. I left everything out there. And I'm still recovering, and I need to be ready for Saturday because Saturday we're leaving it all out there again, and then next Sunday, then I'm gonna have to probably recover till next Sunday. Let's go, but I appreciate it, brother. I'm not sad. I'm very excited. I'm very happy.
We got Mr. and Mrs. Pyro on Troll Patrol.
Nice.
Thanks for managing the comment line there, Mr. and Mrs. Pyro. We appreciate
I
you.
love it. I love
Shut them
that.
down. Shut them all down. We'll keep them engaged so they hang out longer, which I see you're doing. Thank you very much.
Right?
And I even saw them ask to give us a thumbs up. So good looking out there as well.
Oh yeah. Wild turkey in the building. See, I
Wild
probably drank some
turkey.
wild turkey this Sunday. I don't know. I drank so much. That's probably why I'm just like, oof. Man, we was out there doing it big time, man. It was wild out there. So.
Could you imagine if what Thor mentioned earlier happened though too? If the Steelers win and the Patriots win and the Raiders win and it's Raiders at the Patriots next week, that would just be wild.
No, it's Patriots. It's Patriots at the Raiders.
Are you sure about that?
Yep,
I thought the okay.
Yeah.
I thought
If the Patriots win and the Raiders win, it'll be a Raiders home game.
okay.
No, if the Raiders win, the Patriots win, and the Steelers win, it'll be a Raiders.
There you
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and it'll
I
be
didn't realize the Patriots were under you. You know, yeah, you guys jumped the Patriots.
Seed. They're the 6th seed, and the Steelers are the 7th seed. We're the
Yeah.
5th seed.
Wow.
We're the 5th seed. There's 4 division winners.
Wow.
We're the number 1 wild card team. We'll take it. I don't know how that one worked out. They just, they got the same record in division, conference,
Conference
whatever.
records usually, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. So this shit. And then if the Steelers could somehow beat Tennessee that next week, it will be at the house for the championship game. We get to avenge the tuck rule, the immaculate reception. First, we avenge Bo Jackson injury. Then we avenge the tuck rule. Then we avenge the immaculate reception. Back. Let's go.
There's got to be a movie. If this shit happens,
If we're asking,
now.
if we're asking, let's go. And then I don't even care who we play in the Super Bowl. I hope it's the Whiners because I'd love to murder them. But I wouldn't mind it being the Cowgirls either because I'd love to murder them. I don't know. I don't even care about
LA would be off the chain.
Whoa. I mean, it would be stupid. I don't know. By then, Mo Jones might not be able to take it anymore. I might be like just laid up on the couch.
Right? I mean, that many home playoff games? Dang. That could be dangerous.
The thing with the Super Bowl, though, just because it's in LA, I mean, it's not really a home game per se. I mean, the NFL very much controls the tickets and how they're distributed. I know there would be a lot of Raiders fans that would flock there, but the way the NFL works, I just think it's kind of whack, actually, the way they just kind of take over the situation.
I saw there's a lot of Raiders fans flocking to Cincinnati this weekend.
A ton.
That they were buying up a lot of Cincinnati tickets.
I actually know a lot of people out there right now. Everyone's trying to get us to go, but I just
sitting at 1 degree. I did it for the NFC Championship when the Eagles beat the Falcons in like 26 inches of snow, and then I had to come home and snow my driveway out. I mean, that ain't fun sitting that kind of cold.
Yeah, definitely not.
Wait, did you say you didn't say it was going to be 1 degree? Did you? No, that's for like not for the Raiders game.
No, yeah. But Buffalo, it's gonna be cold.
Buffalo, yeah. I heard it
was gonna be like 20 something.
It's gonna be
like 40 or something, right?
Yeah,
that's manageable.
No, but the game starts at 4:30, so it'll be closer to like 28 by then.
All right, well, better than 3.
Yeah, way better.
But still, 28 degrees. I mean, that's still really cold.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's tough. It's really that is not easy to play in, I'm sure, because you're like it's hard to get your body going, and then the ground's just like hard as a rock too.
Everything hurts a little bit more in cold weather.
But it hurts the other team a little bit more too. So be no excuses. Be more man than them and hit harder. That's all.
I hope Mark Davis brings the benches. A lot of those teams do that. I know, like in the Northeast, like the Eagles brought their own in because it just so happens visiting teams' heater benches don't work in some of these games. And then,
who started that? Who started that? I've been seeing that lately. Was it Washington?
I think it was in Washington. Yeah. So Dallas brought their own heating benches, and Eagles did the same thing because I mean it's an advantage. And that team
the Raiders probably don't have heating benches. I hope they put that on an extra speedy delivery or order, however you say.
Right, man, you can't get nothing nowadays. Amazon in time. We'll never get it in time. It's probably too late. You just got to get them little packs you buy at Albertsons and stuff them in your drawers. I don't know.
Shit, you better go to Lowe's and get them heat lamps and put them all on your sideline. Shoot.
You know, even if it plays out like everybody expects it to play out, and let's say the Bills win and the Chiefs win, I mean, the Titans don't scare the heck out of me for the Raiders. They really don't. Right. I mean, Henry, it's like he hasn't played in a while. You know, how many times, you know, how's he running? How many times is he going to be able to run the ball? Yeah, so I don't think that's a terrible matchup for the Raiders either.
Right. I don't either, actually. And then I would love to see Buffalo beat KC again because I think we could beat Buffalo in Buffalo.
It's possible. I'm sure it'd be nice to beat the Chiefs though in KC though too. That would be.
Yeah. Hey, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a year. I don't care who you are, what it is. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a year. It just happens that way sometimes. You see it happen a lot of times.
Yeah.
So
you saw it last year with the Saints. They beat the Bucs twice and beat them big, and then lost them in the playoffs.
Yep, exactly right. So let's go. We ain't tripping. Like we're happy to be in too, just like Pittsburgh. We're gonna use that line. We're just happy.
You know,
to be
speaking of Pittsburgh, the way this played out for them, I'm not even gonna say it, but I hope the movie script isn't written in their favor, if you know what I mean. You know, because it's supposed to already done been his last game. He said his farewells already.
Hey, I won't feel too bad.
Around?
I won't be mad though. They beat Kansas City. I'm telling you, please.
Yeah, no, I'm never gonna be mad when Kansas City loses. I'm always gonna celebrate that. Right. That's for sure.
And Raiders are better than the Steelers. They really are. Steelers' offense is just And I agree with Thor. The Chiefs have a lot. They have a lot of kinks. That offense isn't what it is. Hill's hurt. Kelsey's hurt, and that defense is not. As the Bengals came back on them. If you got a good offense, you can score points on them.
Yeah, Oyster, we saw that. We talked about that earlier, and we said how it must be a mini helmet because that helmet barely fit on in Big Ben's big old noggin.
Wow.
Wow. Like, that's the worst thing we've said on this show.
For sure.
That is pretty crazy, though. Like, you think, like he almost went to getting retired, basically, from a tie game. That would have been pretty wild.
Yeah. But then we would have had to have the Chargers in the playoffs, and, you know.
Yeah, such a big deal out of the timeout. I think the Raiders were going to win. I just think that they were going to run and have DC kick DC2. Sorry, Angela.
There you go.
Kick a long field goal. I mean, they got faith in him. I think they were going to have him kick a 54-yarder. Honestly, I think he would have hit it. That guy's got ice in his vein. I mean, he's a stud. He might be he's one of the MVPs of the team this year, no doubt.
Well, they both are, right? Let's see if I can find it. There's some pretty. Do I still have it? Okay, here are the stats on. We'll call it. They're the new ACDC, right? Daniel Carlson and AJ Cole. Daniel Carlson, 50 field goals, first in the NFL. 93% field goal, fourth. 6 50-plus yard field goals. And AJ Cole, first with 50 yards per punt. NFL record is 51.4. He's got 3,202 yards and 71-yard longest punt, fourth in the NFL. So the new AC/DC, if you will.
And, you got to give credit to who their coach is, and that's Rich Bisaccia, too. Well, he's the one who's coaching them up, who's developed them. So, obviously, he's done a good job with that as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Good point, Nevada Nick. That's why he should keep at least that job.
Yeah, no, he should. No, I'm not, I just think you always look at all avenues because the Raiders, I think, look, you got to look at it too. You got to face Herbert and Mahomes over the next decade. You got to look, you got a Super Bowl caliber defense right now. And last year, that defense was putrid. And like I said, you guys are a few pieces away of the proper moves of, being one of those teams in the AFC.
Okay, so tell me, we could each take a turn, but you could start since you brought it up. What are the couple pieces in your mind that are missing?
Offensive line and a wide receiver. They need a stud number one wide receiver. I mean, I love Renfrow, don't get me wrong, but he's a complimentary receiver and he's great at it. But they could use a number one receiver, and the interior of their line needs some help.
All right,
yeah,
fair enough. What do you? First of all, do you agree with that statement? Are they a couple pieces away, and if so, what are the couple pieces?
Yeah, I would definitely plug in at the offensive line. Now I have a question though too. Are we gonna? We have a lot of that defense that he's talking about on 1-year deal. Yannick 1-year deal, Hayward 1-year deal. Are we gonna get those guys back? I mean, because those two right there are key. In my mind, we've got to bring them back, or we're having a different draft now.
That's true.
You know what I mean? We might need to go pick a corner. So number one, let's solidify those, and then let's base what I say on that assumption that we do lock Hayward and Yannick in on a long-term deal. Now, with that being said, I think both sides of the ball in the trenches could use just a tad bit more help. I think we've seen a lot of injuries in the middle of our defensive line through this season. So we started off with a defensive tackle who lasted the very first game, who was a starter. So that tells you about the lineup. And then we've had a little rotating door in the middle. We got a guy who was just balling out for us the last couple of games go out. Hankins is coming back. So, yeah, solidify the line, and I think I would try to solidify both of those lines so that we can be monsters in the trenches.
Yannick was a 2-year deal.
Yannick was a 2-year deal. Okay, thank you.
2 years. Yep.
1-year deal.
But Nate Hobbs has been big, too, and so has been Trayvon Moehrig, too. He's been big.
He's a rookie. Oh, yeah, those are 2 rookies. So we're loving that, to have Moehrig and Hobbs that had a great rookie campaign. We're definitely building around that. I just thought Yannick was on a 1-year deal, and I know Hayward is on a 1-year deal, and those two have been balling out for us too. So, and that cornerback position, those guys are on an island. Having a good cornerback like Hayward is priceless, and you would notice that you don't have it when they're gone.
Well, the thing is too, when you got a pass rush like the Raiders do, they always make the secondary look better. When you get to the quarterback especially when you don't need to blitz, they get pressure with their front four. They don't need to send players. It makes you so you can have guys sit back and play defense.
Yep.
All right. Thor, you agree? And who do you plug in?
Well, I agree that we're close. I think honestly the offensive line's been doing a lot better than it had been. But we definitely need some help. Colton Miller's solid.
Yep.
Leatherwood's gotten a little bit better. I don't think he's going to be great, but what's his name? He's awful. There's the one dude. He's just a joke.
James Center?
Huh?
Actually, no, he's talking about the guy. He's the guy playing in the right tackle spot.
I think James has done a little bit better. I think. What's the other?
But who's missing? But in your mind, who's missing? What pieces are missing?
So yeah, at least one more, at least one more solid offensive lineman. But definitely a true number one receiver, because I think that would help out Renfrow, and I think that would help out Waller. I mean, you can't have a tight end be your number one, and you can't have a slot dude be your number one. We really need a number one. I think defense. I think we probably need a few more linebackers, middle linebackers. I think the defense has played better than I thought they would so far, so I'm happy about that. The front four has been pretty big. A little more depth. A little more depth would be great for sure. So,
All right. Well, I tend to think if we just want to plug in a couple missing pieces, if the defense stays intact, which I hope that they do, I think the two biggest moves that can help the Raiders, I've said this for a while, but replace the offensive coordinator in Olsen and definitely get another wide receiver for sure. That someone who can go deep, someone who's fast, kind of like Nevada Nick said, that will distract, if you will, for the Waller and the Renfro's kind of in the middle there. And I think those two things would help them tremendously.
Yeah. Plus, if you get a consistent running game, it's just, Carr is going to be that much better. When you can run the ball, play action, and you got a weapon like Waller, and then Renfro on third down and whatever. And then you got a number one. It's just, look at the Packers. It's tough. I don't know, Aaron Rodgers is really good, but still.
But are we going to get that receiver? Wait, speaking of the Packers, is there a receiver that said he wants to come to the Raiders, or hinted that he wants to come over to the Raiders, who used to play with our quarterback?
Yep.
We might not need.
Is that a rumor or is that true? Did he actually say that?
We might not need to draft a receiver. Is all I'm saying.
Hey, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah, I think that's all going to depend on what happens with Rodgers.
Yeah.
If Rodgers leaves, I think he's going to say, "I'm not." I want out too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're rooting for Rodgers to leave. Got it. Check.
Yeah. If we get Devontae, that's it. Devontae and a couple of old linemen and a few rotational guys in the deep tackle spot and line. Oh my God.
And Chris Godwin's going to be out there. But you know who else too? I wouldn't mind Mike Williams from the Chargers. You're taking a player away from a team in your division and putting them on your team.
Is he going out for free? He's going to be a free agent this offseason? Oh, okay. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because now you got to think too, guys. Here's the one thing too. When you're in the playoffs and all of a sudden free agent players look at you and say, oh, yeah, you guys are like all you need is me and we're going to win a Super Bowl and they want to come play for you. So it's going to be an interesting offseason, especially after what we do with the whole head coaching thing.
Well, look, like I said, the Raiders are the best destination for coaches. If they go somewhere else besides you, they're the destination all coaches want to go. The Raiders are the best organization, the best team, and because you got your quarterback situation figured out and a defense. So obviously it shows you where the Raiders are at right now.
So if you hear me randomly giggle, it's not at any of you. I'm just sitting here with my pinky up reading Mr. and Mrs. Pyro shut down the comment line.
Dang.
Good work over there. Good work.
Thank you.
They're throwing penalty flags in there, huh?
Yep. Handle that business.
Freckle hair in his eyes. I don't know.
Nice. Love it.
For sure.
Anyway, we are about up on our time. We went almost an extra.
Yeah.
Half at OT. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. We all a little hurting today. It's been a long week. We've been celebrating all week. We're trying to pump up for next week. You see, I can still barely talk. I'm over here. What's up, Raider Pac? You late? Shoot.
What's up?
Oh, and I guess you get a special hello.
Right.
Excuse us. It's all good. It's all good. Any final thoughts, gentlemen, before we bounce?
Just win, baby.
Just win, baby. That's what I was going to say.
Good.
Just win, baby. That's right.
Just win, baby.
If you came in late, catch up. Playoff bounds, the drinking word. So if you came in late, Pac, you better start taking a shot. Sips don't count.
We're still undefeated, 40 of Mickey's before the game. So everyone drink a 40 of Mickey's before the game on Saturday. Let's go.
Nevada Nick, you going out with us?
Yeah, I did last week and I won, so I guess I have to, right?
There you go. Hey,
I'm superstitious too.
We're superstitious. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. All right, Raider Nation, we go out one way and only one way. Raider!
represent the nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. That's right. And I'm with Spicy Girl and that Mother Moon. La Familia. Nice door and a quiet queue. Super Hood. Omar. On the grill. And the B-Lot. 3 amigos. 4 brothers. Mr. Nicely seasoned. What's the mariachis without Senor Raider? Representing just like the beginning Oakland Raider. Darlene and the Raider home.
What about
Little Chucky Gruded, my boss.
Black Eyes.
We're tailgaters. And it began on an autumn day. Right here in the OAK. California dreaming in that golden state. Alameda County right here in the Bay. And you could find me on that east side, yo. Representing that east side, oh. But no matter what, we represent the shield. Just like Anna in the band club Emeryville. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity, from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. Right. Yo, this is my story and I represent it with the pride and the poise commitment to that excellence I represent with noise. This is how I do it, the silver and the black, and I come into the track and I represent it matter of fact. And I'm cruising around with Hollywood Raider all around the town, and I just found out Raider Savage on the interstate. Raider de la Baja, yeah, orale. So get over here, cause we representing now. And that I don't win as a pirate. The gonna win as a breeze. The gonna win as a race. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity, from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. That's right, Mr. Matter of Fact is here.
Peace out, Raider Nation.